Today you join me as we try and write 6 games without a win in the Championship. We go back to basics and things can only get better. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Project Turnaround, where we try and turn around one of the sides that have fallen out of the Premier League last season. And in this case, it is Brentford. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, we have for you 2 games. First up, the Carabao Cup 4th round tie against Carlisle. And then we'll be playing Championship Match Day 13 against Sunderland. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. All helps me here and the channel on YouTube. And also, if you're busy waiting for FM24, getting yourself all psyched up for it, and you fancy buying yourself a copy, you can help the channel as well as save yourself some money. All you've got to do is follow the link down in the description, click on the code and put that into the coupons bit in the checkout. You save yourself some money and you help, as I say, the channel on the way. So a big thank you if you do that for me, and I'm most grateful. Since you were last with us, we have played a couple of games, and well, we couldn't have done any worse than what we have been doing in previous games, that is for sure. But I can tell you, things have suddenly taken a turn for the better. We've won 2 games on the trot. We've beaten Derby and we've beaten Swansea, both games away from home, and we kept a clean sheet. Amazing. I'll tell you how I did it in just a moment, but just to have a look at these 2 games. First of all, the Derby game. Went to Pride Park in Derby. Lewis Openda scoring after 10 minutes. We will have a look at the goals because I think it's worth noting we haven't had a lot of goals lately. We will look at them. Lewis Openda after 10 minutes then getting us 1 up at half time. I noticed Alex Patterson. I'm sure he's in one of our saves. I'll need to work out which one. But anyway, here we go. Bidstrop. Bidstrop goes out to Perez through to Openda, and Openda puts that away, making it 1-0, as I say, inside the first 10 minutes, and that was half time. Early in the second half, we added to that lead through El Shaarawy. Bidstrop, lovely ball out to Perez. Perez crosses it. El Shaarawy hooks it into the back of the net in the perfect position. It's 2-0 at this stage, and we are motoring. 6 minutes later, we were in heaven. Starfelt to Sorensen to De Silva. De Silva finds El Shaarawy, who's having a fantastic game, puts it in the spot for Openda to siphon it into the side netting. It's 3-0 at this stage, but then we did what we usually do. It looked like a collapse because 3 minutes later, Jebson decides he's going to do this on his own, comes into the area, and it's an angled shot. We should never have given him the room, and they've got one back. It took a little while for them to get another one, mind you, but they did. Jebson doing the dirty work again. Patterson to Velica. Starfelt clears it, but it's crossed into the area, and Jebson makes full profit of the fact that Araya missed the cross when he should have at least punched it away, and he put that one in. But thankfully there was no more after that, and we finished it 3-2. 13 shots, 6 on target, nearly 50%, 1.79 against their 8 shots, 3 on target, 1.09. We did have a high percentage of the possession. I'm just going to have a look at Alex Patterson, because is it in this? It's not in this save. Must be in one of the other saves then. Possibly to be a legend, I'm thinking. Maybe. I'll need to go and check it out at some point just to be on I'd like to know these things, you see. Right, so that's a good win, and that one. And then we went to Swansea, to the Swansea.com stadium, and this is what happened in that game. Yamala at half-time, very nearly, nothing really doing, and Yahor Yamalek getting a goal 2 minutes into injury time at the end of that first half. And as I say, we're not seeing Lafitte with a cross in, Yamalek with a bullet header. Goalkeeper just threw his arms and couldn't do anything about it. Lewis Openda, so 1-0 at half-time. Lewis Openda, after 75 minutes, getting our second. Lewis Potter, Stevens, Bidstrup over the top. Openda goes round the goalkeeper, just rolls it in the back of the net. It's 2-0. I was looking at the linesman, expecting an offside there or something along the lines, and then just to round it off. 2-0. Weren't really under a great deal of pressure at this stage. Lafitte out on that far side. Roslev, who had a fantastic game. We'll look at that in a minute. De Silva, he's had a shot and a half from outside the area. And it's 3-0. And what a good win that was. 22 shots, 12 on target, more than 50%, 3.27 on the XG, 71% the possession. They had 13 shots, 7 on target. Still give them too much space, really. They had more than 50% as well, 1.92, and 29% of the possession. Really should have had 2 goals. It could have been another close match. If we hadn't. I was going to take a look at this, wasn't I? So nice to see the Greens reappearing on our list, but Mads Roslev, who's not really been that much in form this year, 4 key passes in that game, 2 clear-cut chances created. He didn't make any assists, but he had a really, really good game and a deserved player of the match. Yahor Yamalek got a goal, 5 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance and an assist. He had a good game as well, just pipped at the post by Roslev. And as I say, a number of good performances, including Openda when he came on in place of Perez. Did he come on? Oh, he came in 63 minutes, so he did very well. And Josh De Silva also doing extremely well. Both those of substitutes, of course, and another reasonable performance by El Sharaway as well. So very, very good. Really pleased with that performance, which if we have a look in the data hub now at the momentum from that game, as you'll see, Swansea never really in it. They had about 20 minutes all game, but we decisive in the first half. Should have really been a few goals up at half time, but managed to turn it in the second half, turn the screw. But yeah, a well-deserved win, and both couple of matches really. That leaves us 10th in the table. We do have a game in hand over some of these teams above us, which is good news. And to be honest, if we can win that game in hand, albeit Millwall there, we could propel ourselves up into the playoff places. So that little bit of despondency, if we can keep a little bit of form going now, we should be, I'm hoping anyway, okay. So this is how it stands at the moment. Crystal Palace have played 13 games. They've won 12 of them, lost 1. That one game they lost was 4-2 win by Preston. 36 points on the board then. Burnley in second on having played 12 games on 28. Then comes Sheffield United on 26. Watford on 25. Wolves on 23 in 5th. And then come Bristol City and Rotherham on 20 points. Millwall 19, along with Sunderland. And then there's a batch of us on 18. Ourselves, Hull and Blackburn, and then in the relegation zone at the moment. Stoke, Sheffield Wednesday, and Huddersfield. Our opponents today are Sunderland, who are just above us in the table. Be good to leapfrog them if we could. So we'll see what comes of that. Right, is there anything else to tell you? Medical centre wise, we've only got Shandon Baptiste out. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks. He's still out for 2 or 4 weeks. Been out for a while actually. He's got a dislocated shoulder, but he's not really key to how we're going. So it's not really a big problem for us. So first up then is our Carabao Cup 4th round tie against Carlisle. It's somebody we haven't played before, I think. No meetings before, nothing. So nothing, no history or anything to do. Our team news is Preet is out cup tied. Pontus Jansson is out on suspension. He did get sent off, of course, in the previous last game in the previous episode. He did pick up an extra 2-match ban, so I think he's going to be out for a little while. I'm not sure how many games he's out for, but he's out for a little bit longer. So that's the team news. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Carlisle in this 4th round tie. It's a quarter-final place up for grabs. And here is the team that will face Carlisle in this Carabao Cup match. Carlisle, of course, are in League 2 in this particular guise. Raya in goal, then Tavares, who at the moment is only playing in cup matches, especially the Carabao Cup, because I forgot to register him basically. But we get snatches of seeing how he does. So progress in this will mean it gets at least another game before we can sort him out ready for the second half of the season. Bach Sorensen is alongside him with Murray in central defence. Roslev, after such a good game last time out, plays on the right. Camera is the deep line playmaker as Bidstrup picked up an injury in training. De Silva. Lafille comes back into central mid, having played out on the right last time out. Sharaway on the left. Perez is out on the right. Openda leads the attack again up front. Strakowska, Starfelt, Bidstrup, Zakiri, Stevens, Lewis Potter, Deversaglo, Kramer and Yarmolek make up the bench. And this is how the two sides face up, playing the 4-3-3. I didn't explain to you what we'd done in between that had hopefully got us a bit of a turnaround. They're playing a flat back 3 to complete wing backs, more defensive. Confirmation of the teams for you. Our first highlight comes 8 minutes in. Raya to Sorensen. Tavares gets that ball fat to Al Sheraway, who just simply heads it into the path of a Carlisle player, which is a little bit of a worry. That ball long. Waters is in. Cross it and he scores. Well, having said that, things have turned around a little bit, and obviously they've not read the script somehow or other. Question whether he was offside, but no, being played onside. Highlight from kickoff: Openda to Camera. Lafille to Openda. Openda comes forward. Lafille swings that looking for Al Sharaway, and they've headed it back to the goalkeeper, who looked as if he was a bit suspect there. Lioness. And he's launched a long one forward. Murray heads it down to Camera. Camera to Perez. Perez to Roslev. Roslev to Camera. De Silva again tries to swing that in for Al Sharaway, but Al Sharaway has won it. De Silva to Lafille. Lafille's brought down in the area, nothing given. But Openda comes rushing out to pick it up. Roslev. Camera. De Silva through to Al Sharaway. Al Sharaway puts it away. He's offside. Well offside. First thing I did was look to see where what linesman. A corner. Lafille with an outswinger. Swings it out. It's headed over the top. Lafay out to Roslev. Perez steps inside. Pablo Mari. Roslev. Mari looking for a way through. Openda! Oh, he's in the post. Got it past the goalkeeper. And they survive. No more highlights. And they've got that nose in front. And they desperately are hanging on to it. They've had 5 shots, just the one on target, which was the goal. 0.33, 33% of the possession. We've had 4 shots, 1 on target, 0.57, 67% of the possession. Just need to basically more shots, hit the target, and I think we'll score. But it's going to be a toughie, and we're making a change at half-time. Perez on the half-time team talk, uninterested. So we've taken him off, and Yahua Yarmalek is on. He's going to play in midfield. We've pushed Lafay out to the right where he played last time. Let's hope for a repeat performance out there. First highlight of the second half. Yarmalek is on. That long ball. Area is going to fall on that. And we start to build an attack from the back. Mari, Roslev, Yarmalek. Lafay, long ball, looking for a Openda. A little bit too long for him, though. And their goalkeeper launches that one forward. Sorensen, De Silva. And down. Murray just getting there. Yarmalek in midfield. De Silva. Sharaway finds Camera. Goes out wide to Tavares. Tavares now. Can he get this into the area? No. De Silva. Tavares still can't get past these. Turn it! It scored. Luis Openda gets his 5th of the season, and that's better. 51 minutes on the clock, and we're back level. Thank goodness for that. Tavares, De Silva, back to Tavares. Still couldn't find a way through. Lasala was blocking him off, but that came in. Sharaway fires it in, and the defender sort of deflected it onto Openda's head, and but they all count. Roslev with the throw-in on that far side. Yarmalek, De Silva finds Tavares. Sorensen, Camera, back to Sorensen. Mari, moving it around nicely. Camera finds Lafay. Didn't quite find him. Camera, he's got the ball back though. He has Roslev outside him. Roslev, Camera, De Silva's got caught in the tackle, but he's still come away with the ball. Camera, De Silva, shot from distance. We know he scores from there. Free kick now. Lafay over the free kick. 68 minutes on the clock. And a shot, and the goalkeeper had to get a hand to that. It was creeping in the top corner. Lafay will have the corner now. This time, this side, it's going to be an in-swinger. Oh, and De Silva coming in to meet it. And with nearly 70 minutes on the clock, we're going to make one more change at this stage. Beck Sorensen is on. He's off. And we've brought Carl Starfelt on for him. Beck Sorensen just tiring a lot. He's had a reasonable game, but tiring in the back there. Still have 2 stoppages and 3 changes to make. Free kick, Lafay swings it deep. Oh! And I think that was Starfelt. It was, but he's headed it over the top. And they come forward with a ball, but Yarmalek winning that ball back. Starfelt comes forward. He's got De Silva. Yarmalek. It's been very good since he's come on. Yarmalek goes on his own. Yarmalek, he has a shot. Probably not the best thing to do. Linus with the goal kick. And Starfelt was fouled there, surely. Mari, as the referee just waved play on. Tavares. Sharaway. Tavares. Back to Sharaway. Sharaway turns. Looking for Openda. He's found Openda. Openda puts it away. He's 2nd of the night. 6th of the season. We go 2-1 up. And Openda's doing what Openda seems to be quite capable of doing. Very, very well. Oh, that was deadly. Tavares. Really. And Sharaway's lovely ball over the top. Openda brought it down nicely. Just controlled it. Waited for the goalkeeper to commit. And bang. And with nearly 80 minutes on the clock, going to make 2 more changes. We have taken off Mads Rosleff in the right wing-back position. Finn Stevens comes on for him as a like-for-like substitution. And then we've also taken off Enzo Lafie, who he's had a mediocre game today. Been playing okay, but nothing special. He's come off. And we have brought on Lewis Potter, who we're going to change from a wing. I don't think... Oh, he probably is a wing, actually. We'll leave him as a winger on that side. So they're the 2 changes. We have 1 change left and 1 substitute left. Sharaway with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Lafie, of course, come off. And he's swung that in. It's not there, but Camera picks that up. And Camera has Potter... Potter puts that away, gets his 4th goal of the season, and it's 3-1 on 82 minutes. And I think that's game over. And the super sub comes on and does the business. Camera created the space. Nobody was marking Potter, and he puts it in the goal. And so with 83 minutes on the clock, making our final change on the night, Pablo Mari, who's had a good game, but Tarin, we've taken him off. Now we've seemed to have done the job, and Tristan Kramer comes on in place of him. Goal kick from Carlisle. 84 on the clock. De Silva heads that down. Sharaway gets there. Tavares back to De Silva. Once we'd got over that... goal that they scored, we seemed to put ourselves in place, but that was a poor ball. Was that Yarmolek? Can't find the thing. I think it was Yarmolek, actually. And that should have been cut out, but Tavares does cut it out. Lewis Potter. Yarmolek, he's got caught in the tackle again. After playing so well, he seems to have lost his thing. Waters has got a goal back for them, and it's 3-2. It's not over yet, boys and girls. Yarmolek making 2 mistakes in very quick succession, and Waters gets his 2nd of the game. Sharaway, Yarmolek gets caught in the tackle again. Openda, though. Openda's looking for his hat-trick here. Lewis Potter. Potter, Openda! And the goalkeeper stops the hat-trick. It's gone out for a corner on that far side, though. 87 minutes on the clock. Tavares with an in-swinger. Swung in. It's cleared, but only as far as De Silva. De Silva's caught in the tackle, and a penalty's been given. He was in the area. And Openda will step up and take this. For his hat-trick, he's put it away. And he's scored 3 goals tonight. His 7th goal of the season. And we're scoring goals again, boys and girls. And it's all over. There are no more highlights. Lewis Openda with a hat-trick. Not his first, I don't think. 51 minutes, 77 and 88. Goal down at half-time. Max Waters was the culprit there. But we upped the ante a little bit in that second half. Kane, Lewis Potter after 82. Waters getting a goal back for them after 3 minutes later. But just 3 minutes later after that, Lewis Openda from the penalty spot, rounding it off, making it safe. 4-2 on the night. We go through. We have a quarter-final draw coming up very, very shortly. 22 shots, 9 of which are on target. Not quite 50%. 3.59, so pretty much on the XG. 66% of the possession. Carlisle played very, very well. 7 shots, 2 on target. 0.59, 34% of the possession. We keep up our good form as it has been going. I didn't explain to you what we did, but I will do between games. Explain what we did between the end of the last episode and this episode. That hopefully has got things to turn itself around. The key thing is going to be going back to the Championship now. We have to face Sunderland, and it's going to be the real test now, the acid test of whether this is actually we've turned the corner or not. Confirmation of that result that gives us a quarter-final place. Aston Villa have knocked out Liverpool on penalties. Tottenham have beaten Stoke and Manchester City have beaten West Brom. I can tell you Bristol City beat Everton on penalties as well. So a quarter-final draw coming up. So before we have the draw for the quarter-final, I just thought I would show you what we did. So basically what we did with the tactics we already had in here, we went back to basics. So we literally cleared one of the three tactic options. Excuse me. One of the three tactic options. And when you clear the tactic option and then go create a new tactic, it then gives you the options. So it gives you probably three options of what the best, whether it's gegenpress or tiki-taka or whatever it might be. You choose one of those options, and then from that option, it gives you what's the best formation for your team, which again, it selected a 4-3-3 defensive midfield wide, which is what we were playing ish anyway. But in doing that, what it did is it then sets up the sort of tactics for you. So we've pretty much left these alone. The only thing I have changed, not changed anything on this screen here, but the only thing I did change on this screen was to go for a slightly higher tempo. Everything else, I think it was being more expressive. But apart from that, I've left everything pretty much alone, and that's just basically what's turned it around. It is as simple as that. Right, we can have a quick look at the other scores in this round. As I said, Aston Villa beat Liverpool, Tottenham beat Stoke, Southampton beat Millwall 2-1, Bristol City beat Everton on penalties, Brentford beat Carlisle 4-2, as we know, Queen's Park Rangers beat Leeds on penalties, Manchester City beat West Brom, and Manchester United beat Cardiff. So the big sides are in there, not many little sides left. In fact, of the little sides, us and Bristol City, I think, are the only two championship sides left in the draw. So we'll see how it goes. What I was actually coming in here for was just to find out, just to confirm, when the quarterfinal is played on the 19th of December. 19th of December. Which means we are down here somewhere. There we go. Unknown. Carabao Cup quarterfinal. So we've got a bit of a raft of matches in between. So we'll work our way down to there, and it'll either be Preston and the Carabao Cup quarterfinal, or Carabao Cup final and Stoke. I'm not sure which way round we will do it yet. We will see as we get closer. Right. Let's not mess about anymore. Let's have the draw for the quarterfinal and see who we're going to play. And so the draw for the Carabao Cup quarterfinal, and we are going to get underway. The teams in the draw then for this quarterfinal are Bristol City, ourselves, Queen's Park Rangers, Manchester City, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Manchester United, and Southampton. Of those, Bristol City and Brentford, the only championship sides left in the draw. Let's get underway then. Bristol City are first out. A game at Ashton Gate then, and they will play ourselves. So a championship side is going through to the quarterfinals. We're going to be facing Bristol City at Ashton Gate. Queen's Park Rangers at Loftus Road will face Manchester City. Aston Villa will face Tottenham, which means Manchester United will play Southampton. Who's going to get the home tie? Manchester United. Old Trafford will be the venue for Manchester United versus Southampton. So it's Bristol City versus Brentford. Queen's Park Rangers versus Manchester City. Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Manchester United versus Southampton. Bristol City will be hoping they get through to a semi-final for the first time. I didn't count Queen's Park Rangers, did I? In the champion, I completely forgot they are in the championship as well, but they might stutter against Manchester City. Who knows? So that's the draw for the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. And what does that mean to the draw? There it is down there. It's been moved to Wednesday, the 20th of December, just before Christmas. A Christmas gift for somebody or other. There it is. Previous meetings, we drew 1-1 with them at our place. I don't think we've played them at their place. No, it's due later on in the season. There we go. Ashton Gate are back down in April, so a bit of a way to go yet. So that's how the draw has done to us. Sunderland next up then. We are going to play them. Haven't played them in this save before, so it's a bit of unknown territory, but we are at home. And here is the side that will face Sunderland in this Sky Bet Championship Matchday 13. And we are at home today. Rea in goal then. It's Beck, Sorensen out on the left. Starfelt, Murray and Stevens, our defensive line. Bidstrup has come back from injury as the deep line playmaker. Winks and Lafee in front of him. Sharaway out on the left. Lewis Potter out on the right. Openda continues and hopefully continues his good form up front for us. Strakowska, De Silva, Camera, Perez, Ruslev, Preet and Zikari are on the bench for this one. And this is how the two sides face up. We are now playing our 4-3-3 again. Sunderland playing a 4-2-3-1. Sunderland currently in 9th place on 19 points. We're in 10th place on 18 points. Confirmation of the two sides for you. Our first highlight. Inside the first minute, Lafee with a free kick. It's been close quite a few times and he's close again, but it's Norton Cuffey, but Lewis Potter is there. Clears the ball upfield, but obviously nobody there. Ross Stewart, he's a danger man to us, and he's done it again. Dane Scarlett getting a header, and we go a goal behind after 18 minutes. And once again, we're going to have to do it the hard way. What is it with us that wants to go behind? Williams ball in for Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart crosses it. Dane Scarlett gets up above Starfelt. No more highlights in that first half, and maybe our changing fortunes has come to a stuttering halt. Let's hope not. They've had 3 shots. 3 of them have been on target. 0.31. They've only had 30% of the possession though. We've had 70% of the possession. We've had 6 shots, not hit the barn door. A 0.17 on the XG. Pretty poor. We're down to 13th if it stays like this. Stevens with a throw on that far side. Lafee to Stevens. Stevens crosses it deep. It's nobody there though. It's headed down. Sharaway. Winks to Sorensen. It was a poor ball in the first place, but Sorensen was on the wavelength to do something about it. Starfelt. Winks. Bidstrup. Lafee trying to create a bit of space. Lewis Potter. He's I'm not sure what he was trying to do really. Winks cuts that out again. What are you doing? Standing there looking at one another. Who the heck was that? Bidstrup. Gee. And they come forward. That man Ross again. He's a pain in the proverbial. Cozier Dozer, and he scored. Oh, gee whiz. Out to Stewart, and as I said, he's a proverbial pain in the bum. I think the only thing to do is sign him. Question of whether he was offside or not. He wasn't being played onside. Bidstrup, I think, was And with 62 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Finn Stevens not having a good day out on that right-hand side. Roslev has come on to take his place. Harry Winks also having a poor day. And we've brought in Maddie Camera to replace him. And Patterson makes the goal kick. Headed on. Lewis Potter brings that down nicely. Can we get one back here? Oh, yo! And Norton Cuffey, and it come off of a Pender, I think, in the end. And with 75 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes. We've taken off, on this occasion, Pablo Mari. He's very, very tired. We've taken him off. We brought Josh Da Silva on in defence for him. And we've also then replaced on the left wing. We've taken off Beck Sorensen. Sharaway has moved from the left wing, has dropped down into the left wing back position. We've moved Kane Lewis Potter over to the left side, and Zakari comes in on the right. He's best as what is he best as? An inverted winger. So we'll set him up as an inverted winger on that side. And let's go and see if we can get at least 1 goal back. Da Silva now with the ball. Finds Camera. Camera's a poor pass again. And that man Ross Stewart's on the ball. Williams. 3rd goal would kill us off, and it's crossed in. Scarlett. Araya straight in the arms of Araya this time. Highlight will continue by the looks of it. What's Raya going to do? He's going to roll it out to Starfelt. Starfelt comes forward. It's gone long to Zakari. Zakari comes inside. Can he get something on this? He's going on his own at the minute. Oh, and he goes on his own and puts it away. His first goal of the season, an individual goal. He won that ball, or didn't win the ball, but he got the ball on the outside wing. Basically, come inside. He had players there, but he just got out of his way, and he created the space and put it away. Raya with the goal kick now to Silva. At the Silva finds Roslev, Lafi, Zakari. On his own, that's a poor ball though. And Scarlett gets to it before that, but Roslev is there. And we have the ball back. We'll start again. Over the top. Zakari is in again. Zakari this time cross it into a Pender. Oh, it's come back off the woodwork. Didn't cross the line, is offside. And with 86 minutes on the clock, we've got one back. But can we get another one back? Making our final change. We have tired players. And we can't change them all up, unfortunately. So we're going to stick with what we've got. Zakari's also picked up an injury as well. A lower leg injury, which hopefully isn't anything too bad. But Preet has come on. He is replacing the very tired Enzo Lafi in midfield. And our form has just gone for a bash. And we're back to square one as it is. I don't know, we're back to square one. We've just not done it on the night against Sunderland. We had 11 shots, only 2 of them on target. And that's where we've fallen down. We've not hit the target, 66% of the possession. And we had better XG. So just not hit the target as we should do. They've had 10 shots, 7 on target. That's the difference, 0.62, 34% of the possession. Effectively taking their chances. Well, a couple of half-decent performances in there in the team. But to be fair, the rest was shit. So we're down in 13th, and we didn't get the sack last time round. But if it continues, there's every chance that we could do. And I know if we go and win a couple of games now, you're going to accuse me of doing stuff offline. I promise you I am not. That would just defeat the whole object of the exercise of trying to do what we're trying to do here. I mean, there is a big gap, but let's face it. Hull City are in 7th on 21. We are in 13th on 18. We just need to string a couple more wins together, and we can soon pop up the table a little bit and push into the playoffs as a very bare minimum. Crystal Palace topping the table on 39 points, and Burnley in second on 31, even a gap appearing at the top of the table there amongst them. Crystal Palace, the team to stop as it currently stands as at the moment. Right, let's have a look. Good news is Andy Zakari is only going to be out for a couple of days. Just got a bruised shin. Nothing major there. Thank goodness for that. Right, we are going away and play a few games. We are going to come back at the end of the month. We're going to come back for Birmingham and Rotherham. We're going to play Queen's Park Rangers, Watford and Burnley offline. Birmingham and Rotherham in the next episode will take us to the end of November. Then we'll probably do this very much the same. It'll probably be Preston, Bristol City, Stoke. I'm not sure. As we head into the transfer window, when we need, if we're still here, we need to be doing some real good business. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It was sort of okayish, and I thought we were going to get a result against Sunderland, but we didn't really do enough. It was a little bit too late, really, wasn't it? And they just shut up shop, basically. If you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Project Turnaround and our other series, of course, To Be a Legend. And we'll let you know when the FM24 stuff's coming out. And talking about FM24, don't forget, there is a link down below and a code. If you hit the link and use the code, it all helps me on this channel. I will be eternally grateful. Thank you very much. The best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. New episodes of Project Turnaround released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll still be here. Otherwise we'll be coming back for a very strange episode. But episode 9 is out on Tuesday. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend. I believe it's going to be warm. Enjoy the heat.